Okay, I've completely sobered up after the Titans game. I'm ready to talk about Preds hockey now. How have we done since Saturday night? What's wrong? Did I miss something? Lavi. Preds lose 6-2 to the Boston Bruins. For the first time since May 6, 2014, a new era has begun in Nashville with the hiring of John Hynes as Nashville Predators head coach. It's also the first time in a 21-and-a-half-year history of the Nashville Predators that a team has made a coaching change mid-season. Time to get the good ship Preds pointed in the right direction. Barely 14 seconds into the game, the teams go to 4-on-4 after Brad Marchand cross-checks Victor Arvidsson, and Victor Arvidsson gets called for embellishment. Now, I am usually one of those who says you can only call one or the other, but in this case, both penalties were deserved. Victor completely oversold it, and it's his second as of late, if memory serves, so he might get fined for it. During that 4-on-4, on only their second shot of the game, David Pastrnak blows one by Pekka Rinne's glove side, and it's 1-0 Boston. Not a great start, Pex. You need to be making the save on shots like that. I'll say right now, though, before I finish this recap, that's the only goal that Pex let in tonight that was his fault. And word to the wise, after that first Boston goal went in, ignore Preds Facebook and Preds Twitter that was already saying the coaching hiring of John Hynes was a bust. For those who were saying that, let's get serious, fans. Relax, it's just the first game. This is gonna be a process. Preds would later get their first power play of the game in the first period, and Patrice Bergeron gets a great chance shorthanded, but Nick Bonino works his butt off to get back and steal the puck before he can do anything with it. First period would end with the Bruins up 1-0. Early in the second period, with the play in the Bruins zone, Rocco Grimaldi takes down Charlie McAvoy, and in the process, McAvoy takes the net off of the moorings behind Tuukka Rask as Nick Bonino scores shortly after. At first, the refs appeared to say that it's a good goal and that the Preds have tied it at 1 because if the net hadn't been knocked off its moorings, the puck would have gone in anyways. But upon further review, it is ruled by the officials that it was Rocco Grimaldi's actions of knocking down McAvoy that caused the net to be dislodged. Despite some solid pressure by the Preds, the Bruins would eventually make it 2-0 on a goal by Heinen as the Preds try to shed their old ways and adapt to Heinen's new system. The Preds' hard work in that second period would eventually get them rewarded, though, with a 5-on-3 power play, and with some good, clean, crisp passes, the puck would land on Philip Forsberg's stick and he would blow it by Tuukka Rask for his 15th of the season. 2-1 Bruins. Captain Roman Josi would earn an assist on that goal, extending his point streak to 11 games. And see, this is part of the problem why the Preds are in the predicament that they are in right now. Why is Patrice Bergeron left alone right in front of Rinne? Why are Josi and Ekholm going behind the net chasing DeBrusk with the puck? There's a reason why the Bruins have the third best power play in the league, and they made the Preds pay with that play that resulted in the Bruins going up 3-1 after 2. Preds fans are hoping that the boys can make a comeback in this game in the third period, but it doesn't start out promising when Jared Tenorti pushes Wagner of the Bruins into Rinne, preventing Rinne from making the save, and it's 4-1 Bruins. That was a completely good goal. You can't get a goalie interference call from the referees when it's your own guy pushing the forward into your goalie. Us Preds fans would want it called the exact same way if the shoe was on the other foot. Victor Arvidsson would get a great chance to cut the lead to 2, but Rask gets his left pad on it, and all Arvidsson can do is look to the sky. Then, with 8:45 left to go in the third, Mikael Grinland also has a great chance, but Rask turns that aside as well. If not for Tuukka Rask in that final frame, this game could have easily been 4-2 or 4-3 Bruins before the last few minutes. Then, over halfway through the third period, Yakov Trenin would lay out a completely clean hit on Charlie McAvoy that Zdeno Chara took exception to, and the two would start throwing punches. And surprisingly, Trenin is holding his own with Chara and even makes Chara's knees buckle at one point with a right hand he threw. That kid is showing some real fight, and when this roster gets healthy, he doesn't want to go back to Milwaukee. Late in the game, with Charlie Coyle in the penalty box for the Bruins for tripping, Mikael Granlund would cut the lead to 2 on a goal that the refs didn't see right away until it was reviewed. But later, an empty net goal scored by Krejci, and later, a goal scored by Coyle, allowed by Rene, would make the final score Bruins 6, Preds 2. Well, Coach John Hynes, I certainly hope you didn't think this job was going to be easy. You saw firsthand in your first game tonight all the ails that this team has struggled through now the 42nd game of the season for the Preds. It's going to take the Preds players a few games to get adapted to Hynes' new system. But Preds fans, give it time, and I think before too long, hopefully, the Preds will start to turn it around. I mean, there's only so far to rock bottom, right? So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. You can find my social media links by clicking on the channel name. Have faith, Preds fans. A new system is about to be employed by John Hynes.